Alright. This is for... Oh, no. What the fart? Why? Screw you, cart. Why? Oh my gosh. Alright. Not sure why that just happened. Because the doors were locked? It's not about to happen again? Okay. Oh, I'm excited. Hey, I'm Teal, and we're about to test out a very diverse roster, and it should be really fun and interesting. First, we've got the beloved Mr. Mime, then Scyther, Jynx, Electabuzz, Magmar, Pinsir, Tauros, Gyarados, Lapras, Ditto, and the evolutions. That's Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon. And if I had to make a real quick guess, around 5 out of 15 will make it through. But let's jump right into it. Okay, here's a real brief summary of the rules, and then here we go. In this challenge, we're just going to battle 3 trainers. Just 3. And the first one is coming up right now. Though we don't actually technically need to defeat him, it's silly not to when we can. Oh, real quick, I actually don't typically see what moves we get, which is actually the most important factor when it comes to whether or not we can get through Brock. Whoops, almost left without my Pokemon. Oops. Anyway, let's jump into this battle and see what moves we get. With Mr. Mime, we receive access to Barrier and Confusion. Alright, we've totally got this. Against the rival's Charmander, we'll just need to use Confusion. I doubt we'll use Barrier at all this episode. It takes 3 Confusions, but with no issue we take it out. Easy peasy. So, super quick. In this type of challenge, we can only gain experience from the necessary battles along our route. That means no experience from wild Pokemon and no battles from optional trainers. Hence, minimum battles. Challenge. So, if we can avoid a trainer battle, we will. Like I said, that leaves us with only 3 battles in this section. We just finished the first, which is against our rival. You'll see the second in a moment, and the last one is against Brock. It's kind of fitting that Brock is a wall, since his Pokemon are so extremely defensive, and most Pokemon can't deal more than a single damage to them. To his Pokemon. Their weakness, however, is special attacks, especially water, grass, and ice. Psychic-type moves can also sometimes do the trick, so Mr. Mime has a good chance. They're also weak against fighting and ground-type moves, so if we have access to those, then we can sometimes make it past them too. Okay, with the explanation out of the way, let's battle the second trainer, Bug Catcher Sammy. As you can see, Sammy has a level 9 Weedle. Seems totally insignificant, but it's actually caused some Pokemon to fail this challenge, some of which would have most likely been able to defeat Brock. Mr. Mime wins, though. No problem. Now, let's check out the big boy Brock himself. I think Mr. Mime is going to defeat him no problem, and I would be wrong. Geodude outdamages us by a good deal, actually, and takes us down with 3 tackles. Well, shoot. Alright, well, Geodude has 2 attacks, Tackle and Defense Curl, and it seems that it will use them randomly. And so, obviously, we wanted to use Defense Curl, since that doesn't impact the damage of our Confusion. And you can see we're changing tactics this time around. Boosting our defense with Barrier to reduce the amount of damage Geodude deals with its tackles. This will decrease damage from Onix too. After a few barriers, we'll knock Geodude out with Confusion, but we're down to only half health after leveling up. Oh, we get Substitute. Nice. Onix starts with a Bind. We use Confusion. Doesn't deal as much as I hoped though. But Onix binds again, dealing minimal damage. Onix flubs the battle using weak attacks, and we're able to ultimately get through. Though we were dropped to a measly 3 hit points. That was really dang close. And that's that. Mr. Mime makes it through to the next section, which we'll do one day. If you're watching this way after I post it, then maybe the next section is already finished and watchable. I don't know. I am in the past right now, which is currently my present, but the past relative to now, as in when you're watching. Anyway, let's move on to Scyther. Scyther is very cool. A very popular Pokemon. I would absolutely love for it to make it through to the next challenge. But I am willing to bet that Scyther is about to be absolutely crushed. Our rival shouldn't be too hard though. Let's take him down and see what moves we get. We have Quick Attack and Leer. Not good. Our rival's Charmander goes down quickly to a few quick attacks. Okay, fast prattle time. There are many issues with Brock. First, we're way underleveled to battle this Pokemon. That's one of the main challenges of minimum battles. We're typically at level 6 or 7 when we reach the gym, and we can't progress until we defeat Brock. Scyther's only damage-dealing move is Resisted, and not very strong to begin with. It'll only be dealing 1 point of damage each hit. Geodude will be doing way more damage to us. And worse yet, Onix is overall stronger and only has damage-dealing attacks. One of which is Rock Tomb. Rock Tomb is kind of a crappy move, but it'll absolutely obliterate the Scyther with its 4 times weakness to the attack. Not that we're even going to make it to Onix. But yeah, I'll spoil it for you here. There's no way Scyther's making it through. Oh, another issue? Power points. We won't even have enough power points in Quick Attack to defeat both of his Pokemon. This means hypothetically we'd need to use all of our Leers in order to reach Struggle, which also damages the user. What a nightmare situation that some Pokemon do find themselves in, but we're quashed and squashed even before that, since we'll probably not even reach Onix, but we will give it a shot. Against Weedle, we'll use Quick Attack, and it'll answer with the Poison Sting, and unfortunately our Scyther gets poisoned. Oof, that's bad luck. We'll keep using Quick Attack and hope that Weedle opts to use its other attack, String Shot. Doesn't really matter though, just 3 quick attacks gets us through. Oh, and we learn Focus Energy. Not that it matters. While we head to Brock, I'll quickly mention that his Onix's moveset. His Onix knows 3 attacks, Tackle, Bind, and Rock Tomb. It seems to mostly use Tackle and Bind, and only use Rock Tomb when it knows that using it will knock its opponent out. But it might prioritize Rock Tomb when the opponent is weak to it. I'm not really sure. Either way, I don't think Scyther and Onix are going to meet. And as you can see, unfortunately, Scyther stands absolutely 0 chance against this Geodude. We'll typically give this more tries, but not when it's so clear that we can't win, even with extreme luck. Goodbye, Scyther. See you again one day. On to the beautiful damsel Pokemon, Jynx. If we get a Psychic or Ice-type move, then we should stand a chance against Brock. Otherwise, we're in big doo-doo. Pound, Lick, Lovely Kiss, and Powder Snow. Awesome. Okay, with Powder Snow, I think we can do this. Especially having Lovely Kiss in our arsenal. We use that on Charmander to put it to sleep and then start attacking it. It does wake up, and we freeze it with Powder Snow. It does thaw pretty quickly, but our Jynx is just too powerful for the Fiery Lizard to pose any threat. I'm not sure there's really much reason to ever really use Pound or Lick when we have Powder Snow. I know I used Pound against Charmander, but I don't think it made much difference. Powder Snow has a base damage of 60 after applying our Stab, or same type attack bonus. Pound has a base power of 40. Lick has even less, but after we consider our special attack being much higher than our regular attack, I think Powder Snow will at least almost always be just as powerful as Pound. Honestly, I think this Pokemon is kind of underrated. Though I'm also a bit glad it's gone pretty much untouched since Generation 2. I think they could do something pretty cool with this Pokemon if they featured some further evolution or Mega Evolution or variant or something. But would they do something cool? Or would it be dumb? I thought the Mr. Mime evolution or variant or whatever it was pretty lame. However, I did think the Mega Evolution for Frostlass was pretty cool. Frostlass is one of my all-time favorites too. Oh shoot! We're already at Sammy. Let's wipe out his Weedle and no, we're not going to lick or pound or kiss it. That's just disgusting. Powder Snow is all we need. Get out of here. But yeah, I'd love to see Game Freak take Jynx further into the horror direction. That could be really dang cool. Anyway, let's go face Brock. And to start, let's just see how much damage we do with Powder Snow. Oh shoot, can't really tell if we knock it out with a critical hit. Well, we'll take it for now, and against Onix, Onix goes first and knocks us out in one hit. That's not good. Okay, let's keep this up. Rock Tomb should miss approximately 20% of the time, so we should get a chance to attack it before too long. So, we do just over half. Tackle does just under to us. And then we're nixed and 86th. Another critical hit, and Rock Tomb hit. Here we get a Rock Tomb miss, and a Powder Snow freeze. That was lucky. And we managed to knock it out. Great! Jynx is making it through. I hope Jynx goes far. I think I'll have a ton of fun with this Pokemon. I've hardly ever used it, so I'm pretty excited. Let's head on over to Electabuzz. When I was a kid, having just entered double digits, maybe even just before, playing Gold version, my HM mule, or slave, as we used to say, was Electabuzz. Specifically for Flash, that is. I hate when I accidentally try to nickname my Pokemon. Even worse when his name is this freaking long. Well, here it gets Quick Attack Leer and Thunder Punch. And I'm surprised by just how little Thunder Punch does to this Bulbasaur, actually. It's resisted, but still. I'll just finish off with Quick Attack. That said, if Brock used any other type, Electabuzz would probably be fairly broken. Having a stab Thunder Punch this early in the game would normally be super powerful. But not so much when we can't use it against the immediate threat. Oh, so as I was saying, Electabuzz was my flasher in Gold. That's one way to put it. So I used it all the time, and because of this, it was one of the first Pokemon I ever brought to level 100. I think it was the 5th, right after Typhlosion. Oh, right after Typhlosion, Pidgeot, Golem, and Charizard. Maybe before Charizard? I'm not sure. Anyway, I still remember its moveset. Flash, Thunder Punch, Thunderbolt, and Thunder. Clearly, I was truly a strategic genius. Weedle. Weedle should be zero problem. Sure enough, 2 Thunder Punches are enough to take it down. Brock, on the other hand, is going to be impossible. Geodude knocks us out in 3 hits, and Geodude would faint after around 27 attacks. So, sorry guys, there's absolutely zero chance for Electabuzz to defeat Brock without some sort of shenanigans that I'm not implementing at this time. So for now, we're dropping Electabuzz out of the running and moving on to Magmar. Magmar has Ember, Leer, Smog, and Fire Punch. I think we're going to see a similar situation with Magmar to Electabuzz. We'll Fire Punch this Squirtle, burning it, and then using a couple more to finish it off. Now, if I ever have a following, I want to post a poll about Magmar. I'm curious if most people see its head as a pair of boobs or butt cheeks. I'm team butt, personally, but let me know in the comments if you think they're more boobs or butt. And Weedle goes down in 1 hit. Now, Brock. I think the move is to just spam Fire Punch. Leer's absolutely useless. Smog too, and Ember is simply weaker. We do get through Geodude, but then Onix comes out and one-shots us with Rock Tomb. Yikes. Okay, the luck here against Geodude was a bit insane. We get a critical hit. Geodude misses a tackle. It opts to use Defense Curl a few times, and we therefore managed to knock it out while still on full health. Crazy. And to my surprise, Onix uses Tackle. Then we managed to burn it with another Fiery Punch and another Tackle against us, and we're just staying the course. And then one more Fire Punch knocks Onix out. Wow. I did not expect Magmar to make it through. That's pretty dang awesome, actually. We get to use our flaming butt duck a bit longer. I do appreciate Magmar. I think its design is awkward, but not bad. Magmortar sucks, though. Look at those razor-sharp teeth, and those predatory eyes, and those pointy pincers. Pinsir is pretty cool and underrated, in my opinion. It's cool that we got a Mega Evolution, and it was somewhat featured in the final series, being one of Gold's Pokemon. Ew. Yeah. Vice Grip and Focus Energy. Crap. That's enough to destroy our rival's Charmander, but Brock's Pokemon? Yeah. Oh, I haven't actually really talked about the anime on this channel. I watched it back in the 90s from the first episode, kind of petering out in Johto. Not that I didn't like it, I was just a bit older and focused on other things at that point, like playing the game. So, I didn't watch any of the anime after Johto, aside from an episode here and there, with the exception of the last season, not counting Horizons, which is a different series, but you know. Anyway, I thought it would be fun to watch with my daughter, who was almost 3 at the time. She was interested in Pokemon since she was pretty tiny, since her mom and grandmother spoiled her with Pokemon toys, stuffed animals, clothes, and the like. So, she and I would occasionally watch the anime, both the first season and the last. It was fun. I definitely had a crap ton of gripes, but it had some pretty good moments. Oh, look, Weedle. Vice Grip, Vice Grip, Vice Grip, bye, Weedle. Anyway, thanks for listening to me prattle. Let's go lose to Brock. So, we do 1 damage to Geodude in spite of our high attack. If we get a critical, then maybe we'll do 2 or even 3 damage. Geodude's tackle deals 8 damage, 1/3 of our total hit points. Yeah, this is going to be absolutely impossible. Keep in mind, Onix has Rock Tomb, which is super effective against us. So, sorry Pinsir fans, but this Studley Stag's getting the boot. Next, we have Tauros, which gets Tackle, Tail Whip, and Rage, which super quickly takes out Bulbasaur. I don't think it'll be enough, but maybe Rage will help us deal a bit more damage to Geodude. Intimidate's a great ability too. Tauros is also really freaking strong. Nonetheless, I'm skeptical about its ability to overcome Brock, but we'll give it a shot. But first, we need to get to and through this Weedle. Weedle was never going to be an issue for this big bulky bull, but I'm a bit disappointed by the amount of damage increase we see in Rage. I had believed that it would build a bit bigger. Bummer. Let's go prod at Brock. Thanks to Intimidate, Geodude's tackle only deals 4 damage to our Tauros. Of course, that's still 4 times as much damage as we're dealing. And in this attempt, our first one, we're getting pretty lucky with the defense curls. Still, even though our Rage is apparently quote-unquote building, we don't seem to be dealing any more damage, which makes sense. As our attack increases, so does its defense, as long as it uses defense curl. But even with all the defense curls being used, we only get Geodude down to about half its health before being knocked out. I don't think there's any other strategy we could employ. Tail Whip is pointless, and Tackle will also only deal 1 damage. Even if it inflicted 2, we wouldn't be able to win. A bit coincidentally, on our second attempt, we get Geodude down to approximately the same amount as the first attempt. And, oddly enough, same with our third attempt. Basically, not really anything is changing here. Sorry, Tauros. Looks like you're heading to the barbecue. Alright, I've been excited for Gyarados. Just giving you a heads up. Even if it makes it through though, we probably won't test our magic. We probably won't test out Magikarp. Oh. Oh no. We only get Thrash. We are screwed. Thought we'd at least get Bite. Yikes. And I doubt we'll learn anything at level 6. Let's see. Nope. Ah, shoot. Well, seems we deal a few damage to Geodude with Thrash, but yeah, not nearly enough. Deals way more than we do, and of course, after 2 or 3 Thrashes, we get confused. So yeah, kind of anticlimactic and kind of disappointing, but Gyarados is definitely getting eliminated here. Whew, such a shame. I would have loved to have had played through with a Gyarados. On to one of my wife's favorites, Lapras. Hopefully we'll have a better moveset than Gyarados, but let's see. Oh, we get Water Gun. Nice. Sing 2, which is great. Well, not a super great move, but useful enough for now. And Growl. Well, thanks to Sleep and our really dang good stats, we spray the crap out of our rival's Bulbasaur and move on. And it should come as no surprise, but we but we take down Weedle without any difficulty whatsoever. Against Brock, Water Gun leaves Geodude at a single hit point, but Geodude misses its tackle, and we just knock it out on the next turn, taking no damage. And we get missed. And then a couple of Water Guns easily take out the Onix. Lapras makes it through. Very nice. Gum time! Ditto gets transformed. We do so against Squirtle, obviously, and get absolutely destroyed. Okay, that was a terrible play. Let's do this again. We become Squirtle, get our defense lowered, lower its defense, and repeat. And it defeats us yet again. Shoot. Okay, well, honestly, I can already tell you, no matter whether we defeat our rival or not, there's absolutely 0 chance of defeating Brock. Heck, I'm not even sure we'll even be able to defeat Sammy's Weedle. So, in Gold version, back in the day, I caught a Ditto and left it in the daycare for a very, very long time. That Ditto got lots of action. Tons. And I mean tons. Male Pokemon, female Pokemon, our Malabo Putty didn't care. It was just an extremely randy little creature. Heck, it probably had a body count of close to 200. A repeat offender too. I actually remember I left it in the daycare for so long. It went from level 10 to level 82. That's a lot of steps. Anyway, enough reminiscing about Ditto getting tons and tons of action. Let's see if we can get past this Weedle. Since we only get 5 power points in our borrowed moves once we transform, we'll probably reach Struggle pretty consistently here. And it doesn't really matter which move we exhaust first. Well, once we get to Struggle, we start dealing way more damage, and we are able to take out Sammy's Pokeworm on our first try. Nice. Against Brock, I don't know. A similar situation as with Weedle, except that we're going to inevitably lose. Similar in that it doesn't matter which attack we deplete first. We do eventually hit Struggle, but yeah, you guys can clearly see it's impossible. It's impossible to even defeat Geodude. So, bye-bye Pink Putty. We already know that Eevee can't defeat Brock. Still, Eevee's popular enough, I thought I'd play the first part of the game to see how it does. Tackle, Tail Whip, and Helping Hand are what's in our arsenal. And it is, in fact, kinda arse. We obliterate Squirtle, however. I'm actually impressed by how quick and easy that was. Just 3 quick tackles and we're through. Let's head on over to Weedle. Similarly, we just straight up tackle Weedle down. It only requires 4 tackles to demolish the insect. Is Weedle technically an insect? Hang on. I guess it's not. I know it's bug type, of course, but that doesn't make it an insect. I suppose the arachnids in this game are bug types, but not actually bugs, right? And I'm sure there are others, like that centipede thing, like from the newer generations, that are bug type, that are not actually bugs. Oh, those scorpions, too. Wait. Hold up. I'm being dumb. Weedle's just a larva. Duh. It turns into a wasp, though it's called a bee. Never mind. Ignore this whole bit. Yeah, it's a bug. Okay. Nah, shoot. I've made most of this Eevee segment about Weedle. Sorry, Eevee fans. Well, Eevee loses against Brock, and we can clearly see there's no way for it to win. And sorry, Eevee 2. Sorry for everything. I never should have made you fight. Never should have rambled about Weedle during your run. I'm so sorry. Vaporeon! I don't know what moves Vaporeon gets. That makes all the difference. If we get Water Gun, we should be solid. Or Aurora Beam. Though, I doubt it. And if we don't, yikes. This is bad. Okay, maybe at level 6. Probably not, though, since Eevee didn't learn anything at level 6. Seems we would probably just have Eevee's moves set. At least learn rate. I'm sure at higher levels it would learn different moves than Eevee, but maybe at the same rate. Let's just speed through here and see what happens. We'll actually use a few tail whips against Weedle to help us defeat it slightly faster, and then we tackle it down and defeat it to reach level 6. But we don't learn any new moves. And yeah, Vaporeon is just a repeat of Eevee. This means that Jolteon and Flareon will be doing the same, but worse. Stat-wise, Jolteon's going to fare worse than Vaporeon in this section. Flareon's a fire type, which won't make any difference, just against Onyx, if we hypothetically ever made it that far. So, sorry guys, I love the evolutions, but they don't make it past Brock in this type of challenge. And with that, we're done. Out of all these promising contenders, we actually only get 4 through. Dang. Just 4. That's quite a shame. But I am really looking forward to seeing what Mr. Mime, Jynx, Magmar, and Lapras have to offer. And the next episode is the final one of the season. Woo! We'll conclude with the rest of the Gen 1 Pokemon. This means Porygon, all 5 fossils, Amistar, Kabutops, Aerodactyl, and maybe the first stages, we'll see. Snorlax, the legendary birds, which of course are Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, the first gen dragons, the Dragonite line, and finally, the big boy Mewtwo, and we'll close with Mew. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you tune in. See ya, people. Go donate some clothes or toys to people in need, or feed some hungry birds. Leave your server a really nice tip. Do something good for the world, at least. And on that note, bye.